If you've ever suffered a panic attack, high anxiety, or a big scare, you'll notice something about your breathing and how your body feels during that episode. Your breathing will change in 4 ways. 1, it will become higher in your body. 2, it will become shorter. And 3, it will become faster. What will also happen is you'll probably move from your nose to your mouth. So the breathing will look something like this, which even right now is very hard to keep up because it is changing the physiology in my body. When you are frightened, when you're scared, when you have a panic attack or some kind of anxiety, even when you're highly stressed or just overwhelmed, your nervous system moves from what we call the parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system into the sympathetic fight, flight, freeze area of the nervous system. Now, when that happens, clearly a whole bunch of physiology is at play, chemicals are released, making you ready to fight or to run away. But to stay there for a long time is not great. The breathing, that really fast, short, sharp, high mouth breathing reinforces this move over to the fight, flight area of your nervous system. So if you can change your breathing and calm your body down, you can actually move yourself back towards the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. And this will help you calm down, be able to make better decisions, move away from, if you're having a panic attack, move out of that panic attack. If you've been scared, just to calm yourself down. Will it work all the time? I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it can be helpful. You may have seen in old movies when people are breathing that way, which is effectively hyperventilation, that they would be given a brown paper bag and they'd breathe in and out of the brown paper bag. It's a bit of a problem with that. It can help you with your carbon dioxide levels, which I'll explain in a moment, but it will not help you with your oxygen levels. When you are hyperventilating, the difficulty isn't with the amount of oxygen in the body, but the amount of carbon dioxide. What happens is, because you're breathing so rapidly and so fast and you're not getting the air in deep and you're not breathing out slowly, you actually breathe off too much carbon dioxide, and we call that hypocapnia. The oxygen level doesn't really change. Your blood saturation of oxygen is still up in the high 90s where it normally is. If I was to give you a brown paper bag and you breathe in and out, you will re-breathe carbon dioxide, which will elevate you basically back to normocapnia or normcapnia, which is a normal level of carbon dioxide. You might even go hyper, which means too much. But what will happen is you'll also diminish the amount of oxygen, and we call that hypoxia, so your blood oxygen goes down, which is not ideal. What we would like to do is raise up that carbon dioxide but keep the oxygen level the same. And the way that you can do that and help slow down your breathing, instead of using a paper bag, is by simply putting your hands over your mouth and nose and leaving little gaps between your fingers, and you can adjust these to allow more or less air in. I would also suggest you breathe through your nose if you can. As soon as you can move to the nose breathing, it will actually slow everything down. Nose breathing is a slower mechanism. The holes clearly are smaller than this big hole here, and it can really calm you down. So, hands over your mouth and just breathing. Now, at the start, it may be hard to consciously slow down your breathing to the rate that I just showed then. However, by covering your mouth, you do make it harder to breathe, so there's less air coming in, so the amount of air coming in and going out will slow down. You will also capture some carbon dioxide in your hands, which will allow you to re-breathe more carbon dioxide. So as you slow your breathing down, you go through the nose, you use the hands, you will, in many different ways, be able to slow, deepen, and relax your breathing, which will help you move from that the sympathetic fight, flight to parasympathetic rest and digest parts of the nervous system. Fight, flight, which is panic, danger. Rest and digest, exactly as it says. That's where we are comfortable, where we're just chilling out, where we can make better decisions. So this breathing practice can help you when you're having a panic attack, when you've had a big scare, when you're stressed out, when you're anxious, when you just find yourself breathing fast, shallow, short. We really want to move to deep, slow, and low.